Why do we wear a yarmulke, and when did the concept begin?
A yarmulke is something that was way back. I don't know if even Adam Arishan, but for sure in the time of Avram Avinu. Whenever someone did something spiritual, whenever someone did a mitzvah, did something with which he was connecting with the Eibishter, as respect for the Eibishter, he wore a yarmulke. People who were on a higher level, they would wear a yarmulke all day because they felt that connection all the time. Now there came a time in history when the Chachamim wanted to establish that everyone should have to wear a yarmulke all day, because a Jew should always be connected to the Eibishter. And it was a gzeira she'ein reivat tzibur yichelem lamid by. Most people couldn't accept that. They weren't able to deal with it. Was it too hot? Was it too tough? I don't know why, but most people weren't able to deal with it. The majority of people at that time couldn't accept and couldn't deal with that gzeira, and therefore wasn't accepted. So it remained that only people who are on a high level, they kept their yarmulke, they wore the yarmulke all the time. In a later time, Jews started all wearing a yarmulke. It became a thing that a Jew wears a yarmulke to the extent that this is what separates us. This is where you see what a Jew is, the fact that he's wearing a yarmulke. Here you see the difference between him and a guy. So then there became two aspects. One aspect is what the Alter Rebbe brings in Shulchan Aruch. Both of these aspects the Alter Rebbe brings in Shulchan Aruch. And one of them is that now it becomes an inyan of tznius. Just like you're not allowed to walk around without pants. Why can't you walk around without pants? Because it's a normal accepted thing that people wear pants. A yarmulke by a Jew is a normally accepted thing that we wear a yarmulke. So walking around without a yarmulke is like walking around without pants. And therefore it's not tznius, it's something which is unacceptable. And more than that is because of the fact that this is what you're going b'darkei hagoyim. Since it's now a normal thing that Jews wear a yarmulke and goyim don't, so not wearing a yarmulke is comparing myself or acting and behaving like a guy. The additional things that there are is there's the zgula in the yarmulke. The Gemara tells us that there was Kisi reishach ki echad lave Allah imsa d'shmaya. Kisi reishach ki echad lave imsa d'shmaya. That when a person wears a yarmulke, he remembers that there's someone above him. He remembers the Eibishter, and therefore, since a person has to constantly remember the Eibishter, we have to constantly be wearing a yarmulke. In addition to this, there's a very interesting thing that the Rabbi explains in this, that the fact that the yarmulke, the idea of yarmulke stopped because people didn't accept it. And it started now again because people accept it. That shows the power of Jews, and especially of the Jewish nation as a whole. That if we didn't accept it, it didn't become halacha, and if we did accept it, it does become halacha. And therefore, since we see that the Chachamim and the Torah take into consideration the decision of the people, so therefore it's obvious that the Eibishter should and must take into consideration the decision of the Jewish people, that the Galus is a gzeira she'ein reivat tzibur yichelem lamid, but we can't accept the Galus. The Jews don't want it, and therefore that the Eibishter should send Mashiach.